Okay, so eventually there's going to be a time where you need to send the video from your camera out to a remote monitor. Now, if you're working with a director or creative team, instead of them kind of hovering over one camera trying to see what your framing is and whether you got the shot or not, instead of having all those people hover over you, it's better to send that feed out to a remote monitor. Now, if the camera has to move around or the operator has to move around, you don't want to be tied down with wires, or you don't want to tether that camera out to a remote monitor. So you want to send that feed wirelessly. This right here is CameTV's wireless HD kits, which is very clean, very simple, and works really well. Now, the home build solutions, the problems you're going to run into is range, so how far it can transmit, and also latency. If you're getting like 1 to 2 seconds of latency, that could get really annoying and may not work for every project. So as you get to the higher models, you're going to get better range. You're going to get almost zero latency. So that's really where the prices come in. And then it's also how clean the form factor or the kit's going to be. Now this one right here is only for HDMI. The more expensive kits can do HDMI and SDI, but right now we're only concerned about HDMI. Anyways, let's show you how this works, because it's really one of the most simplest kits that you can use, and it integrates so well with your camera and with your monitor. Now when you get this, obviously they're going to send you a whole bunch of stuff. We got a whole bunch of HDMI cables here, and then there's a DC adapter for both the transmitter and the receiver. So you can power both of these off of the wall if you don't want to run batteries. But we're going to use batteries. The transmitter here uses a Canon LPE6. It's not included. The receiver here uses a Sony battery, NPF, and it just drops in right there. And we pretty much have a complete wireless kit here. So very clean, very simple. Now for the transmitter, we're going to mount it to the shoe here, just like this. I'm going to connect an HDMI cable here off to the side. Now the GH4 does transmit audio over HDMI, and this will transmit audio out to your monitor as well. So if someone is trying to monitor audio, they could do that. I've also tried this with 24p cinema mode, also 2398, 5994, and all that stuff. This can transmit up to 60p. So if you're doing some slow motion type stuff, a lot of you guys who do music videos, you can send that feed out so somebody else can see it up on the monitor. So this kit's really good for that. So the receiver now, one thing really cool about this receiver that I like is it's actually designed like a Sony battery. So here I have the F&V Medica monitor, the FM7, and it actually just attaches normally where your Sony battery will go. It drops in. So this works really well with the Atomo Shogun also. Now, without even powering up the receiver, the battery is actually sending a feed out to this monitor. So this monitor is actually on right now without even turning on the receiver. But we'll turn on the receiver here by pressing and holding down this button. Very easy to change modes and channels too if you need to sync them up. Then we're just gonna press the on button here. Hold this for a second. Let's see if that's on. Yep, that's on right there. Now we need an HDMI from this receiver to our monitor, obviously. So it's placed right over here, the input. And let's wait here a second. That's it. I don't know if you guys could see that. There's a glare on this monitor, but we have a feed here. So that's it. We have a feed going. So anyways, very clean, very simple kit. I mean, this is really all you're working with. And I think it really benefits when you're working with a lot of people who need to see the video coming out of your camera to kind of help guide you and so that you can give them what they expect as far as lens choices, framing, focusing, or even movement. Anyways, we're going to take it outside and show you guys a quick test of the range that we can get on this. Okay, so we got the CameTV wireless video transmitter on the GH4 and mounted to an F&V monitor over here. As you can see, we have the feed. I know it's a little bright today. So we have the video feed here, and we're just going to do a test to see how far we could get. Go ahead and walk. So our feed's still looking good. Really clear. No artifacts yet. It's got to be more than 50 feet away. So we're just doing this outdoors, line of sight. Obviously, it's all going to matter on where you're using this, how much interference you're going to experience. But right now, outdoors, line of sight, it's looking pretty good. He is way out there. Still good. He is, it's got to be at least what, 200 feet or more?
Pretty far.
Yeah, our feed still looks good. If you can see that, I can see it. This monitor has a glare, but feed still looks really good, and he's still going back. Still good. He ran into something.
Did he?
All right, stop right there. All right, so he is, I don't know if you guys can see, way behind that car. That's beyond 200 feet. And it's just starting to pixelate a little bit. If you guys can see, but I think that's going to be our limit right here. All right, so that was a really good test. We got some good range out of this. I would probably never operate this at that kind of range anyway, but it is very clean, very simple solution. Again, battery powered, no external batteries necessary. Very clean mounting solutions on both units, very small, lightweight. I don't know, really good things to say about this. Very low latency. If you guys want more information about this stuff, check it out on blog cheesycam.com or leave your comments below. I'll also have some links on where to get this below this video. But yeah, check it out on the site cheesycam.com.